Hey guys, in this video I'll be showing you guys how to replace these buttons with 9mm shells without a kit. For tools, you'll be needing a needle nose pliers, wire snips, scissors, and this small screwdriver. First thing you need to do is you need to remove all the screws from the controller, and they're safety hex bolts, but I don't have a hex kit, and I'm sure a lot of people don't have a safety hex kit, so I'm just going to be using one of these. It's a really small screwdriver, it's a flathead, and it works just as good as a hex kit. And I've already taken them out, but I'll show you guys how to take out the one under the battery pack. And it's actually under the sticker. They make it hard for you to find it, and as soon as you take off this sticker, it's the barcode, you'll avoid the Make sure you don't lose any of these screws because they're kind of specific to the controller. Next, what you need to do is you need to hold the triggers in with one hand and then pull apart on the bottom here. And right now the controller's face down, and what you're going to want to remember is that the motors, the one with the big counterweight here, is going to be on the right when the controller's upside down. And don't forget that. Now, in order to get the circuit board out, you need to take you need to detach the motors from the circuit board, and you do that by just pulling this little power supply out, and just grab the very top with your fingernails, and it just pops out like that. Do that for both of them, and then you have those out. Next, it'll seem like it's not going to want to go, but just kind of work at it a little and pop out the circuit board. Now you want to take out these rubber buttons, and then take out your start button and your Xbox button. Just dump them on the table. Now we need to take the 9mm shell and mark on the shell which button that you're going to use it for. So this one is going to be the X key, so I'm going to put an X on it. That just keeps everything, it helps you keep track of everything. Then take a clipper and cut up for, I don't know if you can see this, but this little tab that comes out in order to keep it from falling out of the controller. You'll need to recreate that tab on the 9mm shell. So you need to cut a line straight up, the same distance that the tab is from the bottom. And take a needle nose pliers and bend that up so that it sticks straight out. And then since there's multiple tabs, you'll have to do the same thing for the other side. And sometimes on some of the keys there's 3 of them, but you really only need to do 2 of them. Alright, now that you have both tabs cut and bent out at 90-degree angles, you're going to need to make your own little spacer that will press the button. And I just make that out of rolled up paper. If you guys find anything else that you want to use instead of paper, that'll work too. So you're going to want to use a thick paper if you have it. I have this card paper that I use, and you're going to need about 1.2 centimeters thick, and that'll be the right distance to press the button on the little rubber. Alright, once you have that, you want to start rolling it up with your, start with your thumbnail, get the paper as tight as possible, because that's going to be where it's, if it bends, that will be where it bends when you're using it, and you don't want that to happen. Alright, now once you have your paper rolled up, you want to put it inside the 9mm cartridge. Once you have your paper inside the cartridge, then you do that same thing for the rest of them, and every button actually has different space tabs. So you need to do every button separately and don't model it after the same one. Now I'll show you guys how to put your controller back together using the 9mm buttons you've created. And these are the ones already filled with paper. Make sure you have them all filled before you start putting it back together. Take your circuit board next. Those not pop in there. Now take your motors and make sure you have the motor with the big counterweight on the right side. Alright, here's what your controller looks like after it's done. I think it looks pretty cool, and still works.